And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Alison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Alison welcomes her guest. He's a man who's been everywhere and is still standing tall. He's seen a million babies and he's swaddled them all. It's hashtag Al. And she's a comedian, and the apple to Al's pineapple, the melon to his watermelon, and the jello to his tangelo. It's Jenna Kim Jones. Tone Zone is here, unburdened by what has been, but also a tiny bit burdened by what is, if we're being honest. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the love bus and say hello to your new best friend, Alison Rosen.
Alison Rosen, Alison Rosen is your new best friend. Alison, with her good times never end. Alison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Alison Rosen, Alison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little apple pan dowdies. Welcome to another exciting episode of Alison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon. By Lindsay Chandler. And yes, I am on Patreon. You can get all sorts of bonus stuff. There's the Friend Zone. That is my Patreon podcast. You can submit carbohydrates. You can submit questions. You can see pictures. I mean, it's just a lot. And it's a ton of fun. Patreon.com/Alison Rosen. And if you go for an annual subscription, you get 2 months free.
That's a good deal.
I would like to say hello and welcome to my guests. We are missing a certain husband of mine at this juncture, but he will be joining. He got pulled into a call. Jenna Kim Jones, hello.
Hello, party people.
It's been far too long.
I know.
Although, I did have you on a friend zone, like within the last many months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But still, it's been too long. Every week that you're not on is too long.
I agree.
Alan Moss, ditto. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Great. I feel bad for Daniel. That's that corporate speak of I have to take a call for there's an emergency and I have to jump on it.
Yeah, I know. It started when I was on my way out to the studio. I saw him put on his headphones and turn and mouth like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, I don't know what you're apologizing for. It's your boss that should be apologizing.
His head.
I know. Tony Thaxton, hello.
Hello. This seems like the appropriate drop since we're talking about him.
If I met someone like me, I would hate him.
Yeah, so we'll get an injection of DQ later, depending on what's going on with his boss. But I'm super excited to see you guys. Now, I've already told a tiny bit of this story off air, and so I must let everyone know the up-to-the-minute report on what is happening with me. I have or am getting over COVID.
Gross.
I got it, everyone got it in Japan. Daniel and I didn't get it until after Japan, but I was the last one. I thought, I'm going to stay negative. I'm not going to get it. I have a superior immune system. I'm sorry, you guys are so human. And then it caught up to me. I've been sick for days now, but not like crazy sick. I have moments of feeling pretty uncomfortable. Concentrating is hard for me, but I feel like that I'm using it as an excuse though. But it had gotten to the point, and I'm wondering if you guys have this when you're sick. It had gotten to the point where I'm like, am I imagining that I'm not well? Am I just the weakest, laziest person in the world? And like, I always feel a little bit uncomfortable, and I push through, but I don't know. Like, kind of like, I was just doing all sorts of confusing things in my brain. And then this morning I woke up and I really should be, I want to be over this at this point. I feel like I have been getting better each day. And then I woke up this morning, my throat was just on fire. It feels like a glob is in my throat, like red. And so I don't know if I'm descending into another level of hell that is COVID, which I don't think. I think I'm getting something else on top of it. So that's what's going on with me.
Yeah.
I
Did your
feel
kids start
despondent.
school?
Yes, they started. Oh God, I didn't even think about the fact that they could have brought home other germs.
Yeah.
Oh geez, I know.
I know.
Elliot's second grade teacher was already out today.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So something's going around. But it
Could
feels
be.
like I should have some kind of like immunity from everything right now, not getting something else. This feels like getting pregnant when you're already pregnant,
that's
which I
rude.
think cats can do. But I don't.
Oh.
Can't they? Al,
I don't
you know everything about
know.
cats.
I don't know enough about cat gestations or whatever.
Oh,
what do they
darn.
call it? Yeah.
Reproduction, feline reproduction. I think
Yeah.
a cat can have kittens from different fathers at the same time.
I think I've heard that. That feels
Yeah.
like I've heard that. I don't know.
Or it sort of feels like slut shaming cats.
It does, and I think we should honor cats. Okay.
Yeah.
My children love cats. They want to get a cat, and I don't.
My kids like cats too.
Yeah, I
They
know.
say-
I'm like, what are we doing here? No,
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Have they met a lot of cats they like or something?
No.
I don't think they realize that this cat is going to scratch them because our one
They're
daughter
gonna
just wants to
smother
like
them.
yeah, just like smother and I'm going to pet you and name you George and it's just like
Yeah.
way too much.
Fuck you. Cats. Wait, which daughter is it?
Dylan.
She already has a
Second.
name.
No, she is the. I can't even explain Dylan. She just loves everything. She loves animals to like a level that's just. She just can't contain the excitement and the squeeze and she'll name anything. Yeah, I mean, she just got 2 stuffed kitties from the store. And they are treasures, although I think she's technically lost them currently. But cats are mysterious. They're cat stuffies. And she had names for them by the time we were checking out to buy them. Like it's tender, but sometimes it is a little much and I would feel bad for the animal.
Right.
Because,
There is a thing called cute aggression. Have you heard that term before? I think it's
No.
where something is like so cute that you're like, I just want to just
I think
it makes
it's
you
why-
want to like squeeze it.
Yeah, it's that instinct that moms have when they're like, "Oh, these toes are so cute
Yeah.
on your baby," and I just want to, you just want to
Totally.
eat them, you know?
Yes. I do this thing with, I was thinking recently about how unpleasant this probably is for him, even though he seems fine with it. I put my hands on either side of his cheeks and then I go, oh, and like rub my hands like back and forth,
Yeah.
which like that's his face. It's connected to important stuff that can't feel good. He puts up with it though. Because I just, his
and-
little cheeks, I just love them.
They're just so cute. I get
Yeah.
it. That's how I do that same thing to Guy. He hates it, but Owen sounds like he's nice about it. Guy's like, get away from me.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Owen just wants to be, oh my God, Daniel's here. Let's let him in. Here he comes.
I'm so excited.
Hey.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello, everybody.
Woohoo!
Welcome.
Thank you. Friendly
How wa-
faces I haven't seen in a million years.
Yeah.
How was the call?
Oh,
Oh, it was very businessy. A businessy call.
yeah.
So
Exciting things happening.
here's what you missed, Daniel. I
Yes, tell me.
yeah, it was riveting. I was telling them that I was at the tail end of COVID and then I woke up this morning and my throat's on fire. And so now I'm despondent. I didn't get to the part of the story where there's a part of me in the back of my mind that's like, is this how COVID kills people?
Yes.
Just
It's been
you
fun around here.
I'm truly worried that it's just going to be one, like my system is going to fall apart one thing after another. And then somehow I will be dead from COVID because I don't know. It just I'm alarmed that I am suddenly so much sicker. I probably just being a hypochondriac though. So we talked about that, girl. And then we talked about the fact that Jenna and Al's children want cats. We talked about cute aggression.
I know.
And then I was saying with Owen, I take my hands on either side of his cheeks and I go like, kind of rub him back and forth, and he puts up with it.
He does that to us, though. Like, to
Oh
be
yeah,
fair. His
Yeah,
whole thing
it's
is
mutual.
like kneading and punching and slapping my face, and all the rest of me as well.
See,
Yeah,
my
that's
kids
true.
My kids aren't allowed to do that because if you ask them what's the number one rule in our house, they answer quickly.
Don't touch mom's face.
Don't touch mom's face.
that's such
That's
a
a good
good rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. They got sticky, nasty hands. I'm sorry. I will hug you. I'll give you a kiss, but you cannot just touch this face.
Oh my God, I want to institute that rule.
That is
Yep.
good.
Because-
Your face looks great, Jenna.
Yeah,
Look at
because
this.
she does because they don't
Because my
touch
kids
it.
like-
can't touch
It's
it.
the no touch, thing.
Now, do they mess with your hair?
No.
Is that included in the don't touch mom's face?
I think I don't know. Do they? I don't really let them
No,
touch my hair.
they're allowed
either.
to. They're not allowed to, but it's the punishment and the reaction is not as harsh. The face is like, do not touch my face. But the hair is like, hey, that hurts. Don't do that. And you also take your hair and tickle their faces. So there's like there's a game.
That's true. That's
Oh
true.
yeah, you
My
can't
hair,
do that and
they
not
like-
expect them to.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
They'll touch my hair. I don't care about that as much because usually my hair's just up in a gross ponytail anyway. So who cares?
Ever since Elliot has been little, anytime he's near my face, he'll take my hair and then he'll like cross it in front of my face and like poke me with it, and it's abusive. I truly hate it. I need to institute this rule.
You gotta do it. You gotta teach them young. You gotta make them recite it. They gotta know. No touching mom's face.
Now, what about Rory, the mysterious one that I know nothing about?
Ooh, she is a mystery. She's a mystery to us. Rory, I don't let her touch my face either. She tries. I am in an abusive relationship with Rory right now because she won't drink her nighttime bottle unless I sing songs to her endlessly. So I'm currently a hostage, and we're getting
This
through
is-
it. She's
Elliot makes me. I brush his teeth. He's old enough to brush his own teeth, but
No, wait.
he's
let
not
me,
old enough to do it well.
Let me interject. We were letting him brush his own teeth. And then the dentist said, was it the dentist? Like, you should be brushing until they're at the age where you would trust them to apply their sunscreen themselves. And we still help him
Yeah,
with
but he
sunscreen.
can do his sunscreen. I would trust him to do
Okay.
that.
I don't know.
But toothbrushing time is also time to do lots of bits.
Oh my God.
Time. That's when he is on stage. That's when he must do lots of performing. And I love him so much, but it's so. and one of the things he started to do is he will brush his teeth after I repeat after him. And it's one of those things where as a parent, you're like, this feels like a control thing, but I'll go along with it, because I'm desperate for him to So I don't know. I might be making a huge tactical error.
I think you have to give and take. So Jenna, I'll walk by and she'll be singing, and in my head I'm like, I'm never gonna do that. That's so bad. And then Jenna will be off doing shows, and I'm trying to get her to go to sleep and drink that bottle, and she's not doing it. And then I'm like, twinkle, twinkle, and she immediately starts drinking, and I'm like, just cost of doing business. I gotta get this happening.
It's not forever. That's what I tell myself. She's gonna give up bottles eventually. She's won in like a couple of days, like a
Yeah.
week.
But I just
So-
hate myself for giving in.
I know.
You don't wanna do it.
You're dancing for her.
Yeah.
I know. She's, you know what? Youngest perks.
Do,
Whatever.
do you run out of songs?
Oh yeah, I repeat songs. She doesn't care for it as much if I like make up words, because I think she's pretty smart. I gotta be honest. Rory, we're all like,
That's
we
the
don't-
worst.
Yeah, she because I'll make up new words and she gets like you can tell she's not as focused. But when I sing the regulars, like I have about maybe 10 songs, and we go through them. But it's not every single night, but it's a lot of nights.
What are the songs? I want to know what
Well, I have
playlist
we have a couple of church ones, I'm a child of God, those kind of songs. And then we have Twinkle Twinkle, Itsy
Classic.
Bitsy Spider, Hey Diddle Diddle, The Cat and the Fiddle, that one.
Wait, I didn't know there's a tune for that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a tune.
Come on. Do
Wanna
it.
hear please?
I can't. Oh, you guys. Nobody wants to hear it. Okay.
Everyone wants to hear it.
It's gonna be a drop.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon.
It's beautiful.
The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
Oh,
It
Love
goes
it.
I
on.
didn't know that tune until I had kids.
Yeah.
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 But that, well, that was good.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you
And
so
then what?
much. What else do I sing?
Do you do the green
the
speckled
fishy
frogs?
one. Yeah, 5 green and
that's a good one.
speckled frogs.
good
Oh, I like that one.
Down in the meadow in an itty bitty pool. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Baby beluga.
For a
What's the
while,
one?
we
Oh,
really liked the
Waddle-ee-acha, waddle-ee-acha.
field mouse, bopping them on the head.
Oh yeah, Little Bunny
yeah,
Foo-Foo.
Yeah, Little Bunny Foo-Foo.
Another
Yeah.
classic.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
A little violent.
So we sing a lot.
It is.
That's good. There was something the other day that got brought up. I can't remember what it was. Something that I used to enjoy with Elliot that he used to like, and he announced that he hates it.
Oh my god.
And it's that thing of like now he's older, so he doesn't
Yeah.
like childish things. But it's like that was like yesterday for me. And excuse me, but I'm not ready to shit on it yet. Those are good memories for your old man.
Yeah.
We
What-
enjoyed that together, Mister.
What kind of thing was it? Like a game you
It
played,
was like
or
no, it was like a book or a show. I think it was. Oh, you know what it was? It wasn't that big a deal. It was that Room on the Broom.
I love Room on the Broom.
I know.
The
He hates it
Gruffalo.
now. The
That's
one,
such
same
a
author.
good one. That's such a good one. Sam has done that to me 2 times. One, I usually make up songs about my kids when we're driving in the car, and she was recently like, "Can you like just maybe not sing?" And I was like, "Oh, I can't." And then I want my kids to love Curious George because I think he's very cute, and they're outgrowing it. And I'm like, Rory, you better love Curious George because nobody else in this house likes it, and that's like a cartoon I can stand to hear, and I don't hate it.
Yeah,
So I'm really bummed that no one likes it anymore.
I have tried that with so many things and just failed. I don't think there's been a successful. I tried with like, recent stuff. I tried to get them to like Bluey. They didn't like. They weren't into that.
What? Oh,
What?
I know.
So sad.
I mean, I just thank God literally every day that they're not into Paw Patrol.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
No
but-
one's into that one in our house.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, that thing.
I can't do Blippy. Blippy?
Oh yeah, I don't mind Blippy.
No.
But I tried to get them into like
Unacceptable.
Sesame Street. Elliot was into Sesame Street for a little while. Owen wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to get Owen into Thomas the Tank Engine. Just because I thought he would like trains. No interest in trains.
Yeah.
Tried to get him into cars, Hot Wheels. No interest. I've given up. Now it's just I'm basically not present in their lives anymore. It's like, fuck it. You're not gonna like Daddy's stuff.
Yeah. No, I know. I get it.
Winnie the Pooh. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
We made our kids watch Winnie the Pooh all the time. The girls, Sam and Dylan, they had to watch Winnie the Pooh all the time when they were little. And now they're like, oh, you guys used to make us watch that one all the time. I'm like, it is sweet. It is nice.
Wait, I have a question to go back to your beloved Curious George. Are you talking about watching the cartoon or reading the book? Because my issue with the book is that it is very long.
Oh, no, cartoon.
Feels
I'm
very
talking about
okay.
TV. Yeah, there's like 9 seasons. It's quiet.
Oh, my
it's
God.
nice. Curious George is like not, I mean, he gets into trouble, but the show doesn't feel annoying. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
Do I ever? Yes.
calm and happy, and we learn things. I appreciate it, and my kids don't. And I'm like, come on, this is good. We should like this.
They'll be like encountering Curious George with their friends, and they're like, "Yeah, my mom watches that."
My mom, the kids are the worst about that. You say you like one thing. I said one time in the car that I liked Kermit the Frog singing Rainbow Connection.
The
How,
greatest.
who doesn't like that? Yeah.
That right? Thank you. I grew up with Muppet Movie. I love that movie. Like, got it. Love the Muppets. I told my kids that one time. Now they tell everyone in the world my mom's favorite song is Rainbow Connection. She loves it. It's her favorite. It's the only one she like. You can't tell them you like anything because then they're like, this is their absolute favorite. It's the thing that they love the most, and they'll tell strangers at the grocery store. You're like, calm down.
My sister got mad at my niece recently, who is 13 now, and because my niece told her friend's mom that her mom's favorite band was Twisted Sister.
What is her favorite band?
I don't even know, honestly. Not Twisted Sister.
Tony, can we share with everyone the nickname that your sister tried to give you that now I've been trying to give you?
Yes. I mean, it should be known that she was not being sincere. She was trying to be stupid and funny, but yeah, she tried to give me the nickname Sticks Macaroni.
So I've taken to occasionally calling him Sticks Mac or
Yes.
just Mac.
Sticks is a
like
good
it.
nickname for a drummer, though.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, sure, it makes sense, but I don't know that I want somebody calling me Sticks, though.
Yeah.
I get that.
So, Jenna, someone on Patreon wanted me to ask you a question.
Okay.
Daniel and I have talked about the fact that in Japan, no restaurants have napkins. They do not have napkins. I don't know where they are. I could have used a napkin. They give you like a hot towel beforehand, or which is usually like a wet wipe.
No,
but
there's that one ramen place had napkins, but they were the thinnest little tissues. They were like tissues.
and they were like waxy.
I don't know what this is for. Yeah, good.
So they wanted to know, were there napkins in Korea when you lived there?
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe? I have no idea. I don't remember any. Did we ever use napkins? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
So sorry. I'm
in
not a
Jury's
great
out.
person.
Well, I lived in
Jury's
Uruguay
out.
for 2 years. Uruguay had the same thing. They were called servichetas, and it was the little wax paper squares. And you would just pull them, like they looked like tissues, and they were on
Yeah.
every table at a restaurant. And it's like you would wipe, if it was barbecue sauce, you would just wipe the barbecue sauce around.
Yes,
it wouldn't
they're
absorb
for smearing.
it.
They're-
What is
Yeah.
the point?
Yeah, I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah. Yeah. I think it's
wish
like
I
a
knew.
purely American thing to have like a million napkins and to just wipe and throw the napkin and get a new one or wipe and throw
Okay.
it away.
Yeah, and look, I there's a lot of things where I'll accept critique of our culture. I'll defend it, but I'll accept critique. This is one of those where I feel like napkins, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the better way to go. Okay.
Definitely.
But are Japanese people so polite that they just never even make a mess when they eat?
Well, that's what I
I'm
was
wondering.
wondering.
There were people
There.
at the ramen place wearing bibs, though. We were not offered these bibs. I don't know where, if they were
you
like
have to
tucked
ask
away
for
in the
the bib.
table somewhere, if it was bring your own bib. I don't know.
I
But
couldn't see the bibs. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering, maybe they don't make a mess.
Maybe because they are very polite, and the city and Japan, or at least according to my brother, it's very, very clean,
So clean and safe.
very just
No trash cans on the
Interesting.
street to
Right.
throw.
Yeah, isn't that so weird how there's no trash on the ground, but then there's no trash cans? It's
Yeah.
so weird. Yeah.
They all dispose of their trash quietly and privately at home.
Yeah, our hotel room had these like 3 tiny trash cans, like office size, like a home office or home bathroom size trash can. One said, what was the combustible, non-combustible, and then the other one
Bottles
didn't have a
and
label.
cans.
Bottles
No,
and
the
cans.
other
Yeah.
bottles and cans.
So we're like, we didn't know. I mean, this is in some way it has to do with recycling, but I don't know what combustible or non-combustible means. So
Maybe they burn their trash there? I don't know.
I don't know.
I was like,
I mean, that's what it would suggest. But we were filling these up thinking, what are we going to do after we filled these up tomorrow? Like they will be filled tomorrow.
right. They're so small.
But then I finally asked, and if you leave the trash outside of your door, they'll take it. But I was
was a
like,
hotel.
oh no. Yeah. I was like, oh no, are they expecting us to only create this much trash for the 19 days we're here?
Yeah. One of the weird things too, before we went there, doing your research to get ready for their culture, is people would always say, do not eat on the street. Like if you get food at one of the walk-up places, you got to eat it there. No one, it's impolite to like stroll down the street and eat. Which is fine, okay. But every 5 feet in Japan, there is a vending machine. And it was hot as hell there. I mean, it was so hot. And so we were like constantly buying water or, whatever beverage. But then we're all up in our head like, wait, are we allowed
you
to
sip
open this
this?
and
Right.
drink? Do I have to drink it next to the vending? He's like, where am I allowed to drink?
Yeah,
Like, give me,
I
what are the
know.
fucking rules around here?
I ate a little ice cream cone, like
God.
slumped over by the vending machine in the,
and I
train station.
Felt like you're doing drugs or something. Like,
Yeah,
here.
I know. I snuck a gummy to Elliot on the train. I was like, oh,
And then at
so
Starbucks, if
funny.
you don't specifically request a to-go, they'll give it to you like in a mug. Like they want you to
What?
drink it in. Yeah.
Oh, funny.
It's crazy over there. I'm telling you.
it's
And then they don't
intense.
open Starbucks till 10 a.m. Like what? Who doesn't
That
need their
sounds-
coffee first thing?
So they make
Sounds
their
like
own
things
coffee
have
at
changed since I've been there because I don't remember any of this stuff.
Yeah, Tony.
Really?
Were you even really there?
did things get going early in the morning when you were there? Because everything
Yeah.
opened really. Because everything was like opens at 10 when we were there, and we were actually getting up at like 5 or 6.
Oh yeah, I would wake up super early too from jet lag, and I'd go walk around and always be able to find stuff.
You know, Daniel, is that because
it's a
we
Yokohama
were in
thing.
Yokohama? Yeah.
Could be.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
we
if
should
you're
have
like
paid
in-
attention to the slogan, the city that gets up at 10. That's what they mean.
Yokohama is more businessy.
But you'd think they
Tokyo.
would really need coffee early.
Yeah.
I know,
So
you-
Al, your name came up a lot. You might have seen this. You might
Oh.
you might have been tagged in it. Okay, so we went to this indoor petting zoo. The ethics of it, I don't know. It seems sketchy to me, but one of the many there were so many different creatures in this indoor petting zoo in a mall, and they had capybaras, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
were huge. I thought a capybara was like the size of a big rabbit or something, but it's like the size of a pony.
Yeah, or like a medium dog, like a medium Labrador. Yeah.
Yeah.
they're big.
These were huge. And I just kept being like, Al ate those. I think Al ate those in Uruguay. But then I wasn't sure. And then someone online was like, I think he ate
The
armadillo.
only thing I know about capybaras is that Al ate one.
Yeah. Please enlighten us. Which is it? Or is it both?
I think it's both.
Oh, you're not sure.
Well, it was so I used to live on the border of Uruguay and Brazil. And it was like maybe there was like 3,000 people in the town. And so we would just get food from questionable sources. And at one little corner store that we shopped at a lot, he was a smuggler. So he would run the border a bunch and just buy goods and stuff to not pay taxes on it, or import taxes. And they gave us sausage that they said was carpincho, which is the word we used for capybara down there. And so I was only in country maybe 3 or 4 weeks at the time. So I'm like, all right, sounds good. But I think it's illegal. I don't think you're supposed to consume it down there. But that was like the way I came across it. Because they're like, oh yeah, we just got this stuff in. You should eat it. And we cooked it up and ate it with some noodles.
Was it
And
good?
then it was good. It was like a just a really meaty sausage. I don't know. It was I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it. And then the armadillo is a delicacy. So they gave us the armadillo, but they wouldn't give us the tail. Because the tail is like what they hold back for themselves.
Who's the they here?
We ran into somebody and they were kind to us, and so they said, because they knew like we're just like very poor expats, like walking around in the hot sun, and they said, oh, come in here. We caught this armadillo and we roasted it. Like, here, you take the body, the shell. And so he said, oh, great. So I have a picture of it, like me holding it up, and then you just carve the meat out of the thing, and it tastes like really dry. Pot roast.
And that's a delicacy? Dry pot roast?
Well,
The
just
tail might be more delicious. He didn't get the tail.
That's
I
true.
think the tail is
Yeah.
better, and they carry leprosy. So I didn't know that until afterwards.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they're really dirty animals.
Yeah,
And we have armadillo all over the place here in Georgia. So we see them regularly. Yeah.
Have you ever been tempted to?
Just throw it in the crock pot.
I was like,
every once in a
"Hey,
while."
let's
I'm
smoke
like,
that
oh.
thing.
yeah. I have a little molita. They call them molitas. So
For some reason, I have a memory of like an armadillo on a stick or something. Is that how they cook them? Like on a spit?
They probably do like on a spit. I had it. It was already roasted, and I was just holding it up. I have a picture. I'll send you a picture or something.
Is there a head on it?
Oh yeah. It was
Yeah.
fully intact. They just roast it straight in, and then they'll take the tail and freeze it and cook it when they want it or whatever. But
And the tail is just supposed to be more tender or something?
my guess, yes, that's the good meat. I don't know. I didn't. My Spanish was just okay then, and I didn't really.
Yeah, he'd only been there for a month.
Yeah.
He was barely. Yeah.
You don't ask questions.
Right.
Yeah. So carpinchos, but like we would see those just out in the field. So if you were just walking and you were like by a field, every once in a while you could bump up against a carpincho or a capybara that was
Capybara.
running around. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just had no idea they're so big.
These rodents of unusual size, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very much.
You know what they have? They serve in Japan. I didn't realize is horse. That's a thing you can.
Oh. Okay.
Remember
like
when
horse
Don't.
sushi.
Yeah. No. Ooh.
What? Tough?
Yeah, raw horse was on a menu that we
I wasn't
saw.
going to eat it.
Raw.
so-
But Daniel, remember when you freaked out over the sausage or the meatballs that you bought?
Well, that's the problem. Okay, like you go to another country, specific or more a country that's like a lot different from our culture, right?
Right.
Japan, and you go in and you're not actually sure what the meat is that you're buying. There was a nice grocery store where we were staying, and they had what looked to me like chicken skewers. So I was like, safe enough. But then when I use my, Google Lens to translate, because I can't really read it very well, it said horse heart.
Okay.
And I was like, but this doesn't look like organ meat. This looks like chicken.
Right.
So I was like, what the? I don't know what to do. and I think that, hold on. Okay. Intruder.
What is it?
Well, Owen has burst in. Hi. Okay. Bye. Sorry about that. It said horse heart, and I just decided to go for it because I felt like I know what heart meat would look like. I think horse heart was the brand, but that's a fucked up name
that is
for a brand of meat.
Confusing.
So it was all very
It
confusing.
is.
Like,
Yeah, we determined that it was the brand. Or it's horse
Yeah,
heart
but-
chicken.
Good for you for leaning in. You just got to lean in and go
It's
like,
like-
here,
like
this country.
this is raccoon meat,
Chicken.
beef, yeah,
Right.
chicken.
Right. Yeah.
The civilization has existed much longer than mine.
Yes.
I'm going to lean in. Let's have a little bit of this and see how we do.
Well, I
think-
I like that spirit. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
yeah.
No judgment. But I think, what was it?
We landed in Korea when we went when I took Al to Korea, and my brother was like, "Hey, we're gonna go eat at this restaurant. It's our favorite." And we get there, and like I love Korean food, but I am not as adventurous as the rest of my family. And it's like they're like bringing out just like bowls with entire huge squid hanging
Oh, no.
out of the bowls,
No, no.
and Al's like, "Give me some scissors," and he's just like eating it, cutting it up. Nom nom nom. I'm like, what is
fantastic.
happening? My whole family was excited about it, except me, and Al was into it. So
That's how
good
they
thing
eat
he
them,
married-
with scissors?
Yeah, they give you a
Yeah,
pair
you
of
have
scissors.
to cut it
You
up
gotta
because
cut
like
it
if you
up.
get the calamari, it looks just like little circles. That's
Right.
just because they're cutting it sideways.
Was it still
Right.
squirming? Because I know they'll eat the octopus where it's so raw that the
Oh.
tentacles are still moving around.
No, this
that's
was
too
this
much.
was cooked. Yeah, this was.
Yeah. I won't
like
eat that just because
boiled
I'm
up.
afraid it'll wrap around my uvula or something. It'll be like hanging on.
I'm not going down.
Yeah, not. Did Allison? Have we told the story about Owen announcing that he wanted to eat tentacles?
I feel like maybe, but you could tell real fast.
That's the story.
He said one day, he goes, "Do we have any tentacles to eat?"
Not much of a story.
Yeah,
He
he
wanted
wanted
tentacles.
tentacles.
And that wasn't even in Japan, right?
No.
No. No, and then we were
Completely
like,
unrelated.
oh, great. Well, you know what? We're going to a place where tentacles are on the menu, and then no interest once we got there.
I'm not
That's
sure
right.
he knew what he was asking for, but maybe
It's
he
possible.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but that's one of our kids' favorite jokes: is how do you make an octopus
How many-
laugh, or how many? What is it? How do you, I don't even understand tentacles.
How many tentacles, or how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
10 tickles.
Tentacles. Tell your kids.
Wow.
They'll
Oh, I just got it.
yeah, they'll like it.
Tentacles. It's a bad dad
Tentacles.
joke.
Whenever Elliot
I can't
asks
even
me to-
tell it right, and I'm a comedian.
Whenever Elliot asks me to tell him a joke, the only jokes that come to mind are off-color ones. Like, not hugely off-color, but, like, what do you call a cross between a penis and a potato? A dictator. But
Elliot,
yeah.
Elliot
don't
has
share
a
that
joke for me. He's had a joke for me almost every day when I pick him up from school. And today's joke is where do you weigh a pie?
Oh, wow.
Where?
I don't know.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Way
I'll got
up
it.
high.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
Hey, he's 5. Or no,
Get
he's
out.
7. He's
Honestly,
7.
that's a pretty good joke. I like
it takes extra thinking, though.
Yeah, that's a thinker. Exactly. It's like, oh, wait.
He's a thinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the, he's more like coffee shop comedy,
Sure. Yeah, avant-garde.
He's more of an
Got it.
alternative comic.
Yeah, he wants to he's pushing the boundaries.
Definitely.
He sits
like
on a stool.
He's like, what is comedy?
sit
Some
down,
people,
stand
they
up.
just don't get it. But, Tony, what's going on in the facts world?
Boy, you picked a bad time to ask that. Really not much at all. Like, as we talked about last week, I was in Chicago recording, but then since then I've just kind of been home, and I really don't even leave home very much. And if I do, I don't stray far from home. So, yeah.
That sounds
I'm
amazing.
sorry, that's a boring answer, but it's just the truth.
It's an honest answer, Tony. And
Yes.
people they love the honesty. They crave it.
That's what they come here
crave
for.
the
Yes.
honesty, the
Oh, yeah.
authenticity, the straight facts.
Yes.
Ooh, we need a facts
Facts.
drop or something like that.
Yep.
Jenna Al, how's touring going? Have you been touring a ton? I feel like you're always performing.
Not tons and tons, but there's some. I guess I have a bunch of shows coming up, right, Al?
Yeah, you got
I
a
don't
couple
know.
shows
I
coming
turned
up.
I turned to Al when it's questions about work. I've got. I'm touring's great. I mean, stand-up's going really well.
she's going to be in Savannah, Georgia next month. After that, she's got to do another thing. But in October, she's going to be in Massillon, Ohio. And then there was another thing in October.
and I'm in Ohio and Chattanooga. Is it Chattanooga?
Chattanooga, Massillon, Ohio. And then in November, she's going to be at the Flyover Comedy Festival in St. Louis.
Ooh.
I'm excited
just
about
got
that.
accepted. And
Do
then
you guys
got
ever
in.
take the RV on your tours?
we sold it.
We sold
What?
the RV.
Yeah, we sold the RV.
Well,
We're in
So
the market
here's-
for a better one. Explain
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So RVs at that. So we got a Class A. That's like the big bus looking type.
yeah.
Because we're Class A people. And the problem is those are meant to. It's literally a house put on like an F-150 chassis. It's not fancy, and they're meant to drive to the lake where you sleep and fish and have fun, and then you drive home. Not to do 12,000 miles inside of a year and a half and drive over the Rockies.
Is that what you guys did?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were like
So-
destroying it. Yeah.
We were running it hard to where you just drive and you just be rattling down the road and a screw would fall out of the ceiling and you'd go like,
I don't know
where
what
does
that's
that
for.
go?
What's that for? That could be serious.
So we got to it. So it was a great rig. We upgraded it a whole bunch and it was awesome. And we bought it before everybody else caught wind of that in the pandemic of like, I'm going to buy an RV and try to drive everywhere. So after we bought it, the prices like skyrocketed. And there was like there was like a 3-year waiting list to get a new RV. So then we were looking at the market and I went like, I think it's going to come down. Let's dump this thing. So we sold it.
You
for
flipped your
more
RV.
than more than we
Flipped our
bought
RV.
it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So smart.
We basically broke
awesome.
even. We basically broke even because we had put.
we like did some upgrades on it and stuff. But
Yeah.
who does that in an RV? Like nobody.
No.
Right.
So we got out at the right time. We want to do like a real tour bus next time.
We look
Oh,
all
nice.
the time.
Yeah.
Like we're constantly looking at RVs. So it's the dream to get one again because we took the kids twice this summer when I had weekends that were like a 4-hour drive. So it wasn't too hard to take the kids with us. And it really was fun. Like having the kids with us, the whole family together, it was awesome. So that is the dream.
When comedians tour in tour buses, do they own them or do they rent them?
I think it's usually a lease. So if you're big enough, you just lease the bus. Because there's whole companies that own fleets of them that run. They'll supply you a driver and all that stuff. I mean, Tony, you know more than I do about that, but
That's very true.
yeah.
Yeah, it's usually just, as far as I know, usually just renting. Yeah, and same deal. You get a driver through the company and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the
You're
drivers
looking at the
usually-
JKJ comedy drivers right now.
Well, then this question doesn't apply to you guys, but are the drivers usually like funny people, Tony? Do you get along with your tour bus driver usually?
I feel like that's two separate questions. Fun and funny? Usually no. Get along with? Yeah. The hope is that you see them as little as possible. Wow. And because it's like they drive through the night. It's such a weird job. They drive through the night and then they sleep all day. Or that's what you hope. And it always we've had so many drivers where it's this uneasy feeling where like, I was out walking around at 3:00 in the afternoon and I saw the driver walking around. And
Right,
it's
like why is he awake?
Wow.
yeah. So there's a lot of that goes on that makes you feel real weird and you just try to forget about. But they're all, I feel like it takes a certain type of person to want to do that for a living. So they're all a little interesting. They're all usually older Southern guys.
Yeah.
We actually had a woman on this last tour we did. That was the first ever woman bus driver we had.
Nice.
What are you, a woman? Wow, what was she like?
Boy, did she like to talk.
Oh, that's the worst.
Classic woman.
She just did.
Kathy.
She would not like. She would, if she was up there and we were hanging out, like we'd just be talking, and then all of a sudden she would like chime in to conversations we were having, or we didn't even think she could hear us, and she'd start chiming in. And yeah, she was an interesting character. Yeah, she called everyone baby constantly.
Oh,
Yeah,
was she older? Was she? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess some things. Did she have frizzy hair?
no,
Straight hair?
Short
yes, straight hair. It was longer, but not like long.
Was she in her 60s?
Well, what blew my mind, and this is mean, but there was a day I overheard her talking on her cell phone and said, "I'm a 50-year-old woman. You can't treat me like that." And I was like, hang on, this woman is only 5 years older than me. And it blew my... Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah. She was 50, but she
Going on 50, going on 70.
yeah. I mean, look, not like... she didn't look like old, but it was just the fact that we were so close in age that blew my mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, she's lived a different life, all right?
Oh, yeah.
She's driving all night.
It's not the age, it's the miles.
We have reached that age, Tony, where the discrepancy between how people look at this age is vast.
Yeah. I'm learning that more and more.
I always think about the there's like a Twitter account that was like the who's his name? Ed Brimley? Who's the guy that
Grimley.
Oh, Wilford
Martin
Brimley?
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Grimley. Well,
Yes.
the Wilford Grimley cocoon line.
Yeah.
And it was like any celebrity who had a birthday where they turned the age he was when he was in Cocoon, they would tweet at them
Yeah.
to let them know that you're now the age that Wilford Brimley was.
I remember here because the Paul Rudd one I know was going around a lot.
Right.
Because, I think he was 50 when he
Right,
shot, and
he
he
was
looked
like
like he was like
50.
75. Yeah.
Exactly. It is the biggest wake up call ever. I mean, I think that sent me into a midlife. I was fine all through my 40s, no midlife crisis. Wilford Brimley and Cocoon made me go, holy shit.
Yeah. There's another one that shows the cast of the Mary Tyler Moore show, I believe it is.
Yes.
And it shows everyone's ages above it. And
You're like,
the oldest one is like barely 40. And and they're all bald and gray, and it's something.
Correct. There's one with the Cheers cast too, and you're like, what? They're all in their 30s? What's happening?
Have you watched Cheers? So Cheers was a show that I was always too young for, and it always made me feel like kind of sad and lonely because it was a show that came on when I was supposed to be in bed. But I always hear about how brilliant it is. So Daniel and I started watching it, and it's really
I've already
good.
seen it. I was rewatching it.
Okay, I forget why we stopped, but I was really enjoying it. Okay, what's going on?
Jenna, we will be on an airplane. We now like take 2 full rows.
Yeah, Delta added Cheers, which was a brilliant move. Okay,
And so
they have it
I'll
on their
hear
flight.
Jenna audibly belly laughing, and I'll be like, "What is happening? Please stop! This is embarrassing." And it's Cheers. She's
I'm
watching
sorry,
Cheers.
Cheers is hilarious.
It's great. It's
I
great.
do feel like
holds
it.
up. Funny.
Yeah, it holds up much better than most shows from that era.
Oh,
It was
goodness.
it was legitimately one of the greatest sitcoms.
Yeah.
I actually,
Easily.
this is you
Al
can't
is
see
holding
this.
something up.
It's blurring.
Ooh.
I
a
bought
DVD?
the entire thing for Jenna, so she can watch it here at the house.
Oh, that's
I'm,
so nice.
Converting it.
Yeah, we have
I
our
feel-
own like server with stuff on it, so I can watch all my movies.
Oh, that's cool.
Rewatching it,
Yeah.
I can't believe that Shelley Long isn't regarded as one of the more highly regarded. She is truly one of the great comedic actresses
Yeah.
of our lifetimes.
She is so funny in it.
She's amazing.
She's perfect. Yes, she's perfect.
You know. And then what happened to her career? I feel like she should be like legend status.
Yeah, what did happen? Has she been in anything lately?
Troop Beverly Hills.
Troop Beverly Hills. I also watched that on the airplane week ago. Whenever I was on the airplane, hilarious.
I love that
She's
movie.
so perfect in it. She was in Modern Family wasn't she the?
Oh yeah,
ex-wife?
yeah. She was
That
one of their
was like- I
moms.
mean-
One of them parents'
the
moms.
ex-wife.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
But also,
Oh,
that
right,
show
right,
came
yeah.
out like 12, 13, 14 years ago or whenever that was. So I don't know what she's up to now.
have I ever shared my George Wendt story?
No.
I don't know, but I think we need to hear it.
So this was like 2009, and I was in Chicago, had played some shows, and was flying out. It was right around Christmas time, and I was flying home, and my flight got delayed at O'Hare. And so, killing some time, a bookstore is near the gate. I go in this bookstore, I'm looking around, and I see a flyer on the wall that says there's a George Wendt book signing. and
Yes.
oh, I did tell this. Yeah. So that blew
In the
my mind.
airport.
Yes, past security. And so I saw the flyer and was just like, wait, what? Why would he be doing that? And I was like, wait a minute, that's today. And I look at my watch and I'm like, wait a minute, that's like now, basically. And I waited outside the gate, and then a little bit later, he comes walking up and he's doing a book signing.
So many questions about that.
I know.
Was it well attended?
No, it was past security.
I wonder if is it just like a publicist going like, listen, you got a 3-hour layover, and he's like, what am I going to do? What am
I know, that's-
Oh,
It
that's
has
smart.
to be.
That's the only thing I could think of is that, and he's from Chicago. So like, I was like, maybe he was flying back to
layover.
Chicago for the holidays, and they were like, well, I'm going to be at the airport. I could do a signing at the bookstore.
Have you Cleveland Airport? They have a jewelry store on the other side of security, and I'm like,
Like
who's
a
just
fancy
scrolling
jewelry
through?
store, not like I
Yeah.
mean, this is like
Engagement
diamond
rings,
Right.
tennis bracelets. I mean, this is like, let me just walk through. Oh, you know what? I just landed. Let me drop $10K on this bracelet. Like, who's like swinging
Yeah.
through?
I know. How many bracelets and rings do they have to sell a month to stay there?
Right.
That's suspicious. That's sus,
little
as
odd.
Elliot would say.
It is.
Yes.
Now, do your kids pick up slang? Because you're homeschooling, right?
Yeah, I would say maybe a little bit.
They do when they hang out with their
Yeah.
cousins. If they hang out with their cousins,
Big time
they
with their
pick it up.
cousins. Yeah, big
Bro.
time with the cousins.
Yeah, we had to eliminate bro.
Bro was annoying. Yeah. Sus, they have said,
Yeah, this
but
is
that's
us.
probably from their cousins too.
No, we
We're
just teach them like 80s and
homeschoolers.
90s. We teach them cowabunga, tubular, just try to help them out.
Yeah.
Elliot was
yeah.
complaining about the yard supervisor. and how he doesn't like her. And he's like, she's just so cringe and evil. Cringe and evil.
amazing.
And then he was reenacting something that he had seen on YouTube, I think. And it was like Ursula and Ariel from Little Mermaid. And it's like, I think when Ursula is, I don't know, brokering the deal to like give her legs in exchange for her voice or whatever. And he's like, so Elliot as Ursula is saying like, there's only one more thing. I'll need your this. I'll need your this. And I need your Riz.
Oh,
Oh man.
Yeah. And then he asked
just
me
learned
what
what
Riz
Riz was.
is. Sorry, what, Jenna?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
He asked what Riz is, and I tried to explain it. It's, charisma. And I tried to explain that. So I don't know if I did a very good job.
That's it, isn't it? Charisma?
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was until Al told me like a month ago, so I'm way out of it.
He's
Oh, I'm learning it right now, so you're ahead of me.
He's also been saying yacht a lot. Yacht. And I guess it means butt.
Oh, is that what
I
that
don't know
means?
that one.
I guess, yeah. I don't know what the usage of it is, though. But
Yeah. No clue.
Snatched. It just means like, just
let's say hello to our new patrons.
Alison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/Alison Rosen.
Hello and welcome, Stephanie Brown. You're the light of my life. You're the wind beneath my wings. Thank you for your support. This would be a perfect time to say to everyone, you might have noticed a certain lack of something, that thing being ads. People pay top dollar for an ad-free experience, and I am giving it away to you. But if you would like to pay for it a little bit, patreon.com/Alison Rosen. That's confusing. That makes it sound like I'm offering a ad-free experience, which I am on the main show. That's just a silly way of saying ads are thin, times are tough. Please, I am now directly supported by you guys. So if you are in a position to support the show, that would be amazing. And if not, I totally get it. Girlfriend, patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Also, my Substack, AlisonRosen.substack.com. It's taken off. It's taken the world by storm. Let's do Just Me or Everyone.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
All right. Jenna, do you have one?
Yes, I have two.
Oh, great.
We'll see. Okay. So, just me or everyone. All right. When I'm leaving Costco or Sam's Club, and maybe it's just the way that ours are set up where we live, and we have memberships to both. I know we've got Riz.
Fancy.
I didn't use it right. That's fine.
No, but it works.
Thank you. I will slow down when I'm leaving to walk slower past the tires because I like the way it smells.
Oh, my God. I'm the opposite. I
don't
dislike
hate the way
the way
it
it
smells.
smells. I don't like it.
I enjoy that new tire, rubber, whatever they're made of smell.
Do you?
Love it.
Now I'm getting deja vu. Do you also like the smell of gasoline?
Love it.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you like
I
skunks
know.
a little bit?
No.
Okay.
Can't do the skunk. Nope.
But you like gas and tires.
Absolutely.
You should have worked in an auto shop.
Honestly, I would
Get
have
all-
loved it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So not me. What about anyone else enjoy the smell of tires?
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I love it.
Delicious.
Really?
Yeah.
guys
You
both
do,
enjoy
Al?
it.
Oh.
Yeah. We got a Diet Coke vending machine, and it was in a
I can't
tire
believe I haven't
warehouse
asked you
for
about
like
this
30 years. And so when it showed up to our garage, it smelled like tires. It made our garage smell like tires. I'm
I
like, this is
loved
the
it.
best. This is a
I know.
bonus.
It was
Man.
amazing.
I can't believe I forgot to ask you about this vending machine because I saw it on Instagram. Please tell me the story of the vending machine.
Oh, okay. So here's the deal. We're laying in bed one night, and Al was like, hey, I saw this thing. It's pretty stupid, right? and he shows me that there's a vending machine for sale not far away from us. And the price was reasonable and actually had been lowered because no one was buying it. And I was like, if by stupid you mean buy it, then yeah. And so I was like, I don't understand why we're even having this conversation. We need that vending machine.
You were more gentle than that. I just want. So we've always wanted a fountain machine in the house,
Right.
but we messed around with one. My parents got me like the syrup for my birthday with the whatever that thing is.
The soda stream.
Yeah, Soda Stream. And I went like, we cannot go through enough of this
So much work
to make it at all
Yeah.
cost effective. And so I saw I've always looked at vending machines because my search history is very weird. I look for Facebook Marketplace is a wonderful thing. And I was always looking at vending machines for some reason, and a Diet Coke branded vending machine popped up. And I went like, I've never seen this. This seems really rare. And I showed it to Jenna to be like, this is ridiculous. Well, we're not going to do this, right? And she was like, yeah, no, right? And then I was like, but we probably should, right? I mean, I'd have to get a trailer, and I'd have to drive an hour and a half to go there. And I mean, it might not even work. But it's kind of dumb, right? And then we're like, yeah. So Monday you're going to go get it. And so we went and got it. And these guys, like, it had just been in the back of a tire warehouse. It was like $300.
Oh my
Which
God.
I'm like, and they go like, it gets cold, but we don't have a key to it. So they actually wheeled it out for us. And I just called my dad and was like, do you want to do something really weird Monday morning? And he's like, yeah, I got nothing going on. So we just went and grabbed it. And I know way too much about vending machine maintenance now.
Oh my
Like, I know how
goodness.
they
He's an
work
expert.
and
Yes.
how many fans they're supposed to have and which fans turn on. So I brought it home and it wasn't working. It would get cold, but it couldn't vend anything. And it's like,
That's its
built
main
in,
thing.
I know.
I know.
So it was
Don't
built
worry.
in 1988. It's like all the parts are original.
1988. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And so we
I'm
pulled,
obsessed
I
with it.
had a vending machine company come out, and the guy goes like, he was going through his checklist, and he goes like, I think it's this one little part. And he pulls one out of his bag and puts it in, and it fired right up. And we were like vending Cokes and whatever we want now. It's ridiculous.
Where did you locate a vending machine specialist?
You just like, you just
Power of
Google.
Al. I know.
Yeah, you just look around, and there's all sorts of. It's like this underbelly of a metropolis that you don't even realize exists.
Right.
But the guys called me. Like, I called them, and they were like, "Well, I can send a guy right now." And I'm like, "Right now?"
Like
What
we
the
haven't
hell?
received
I'm not-
we haven't received a call in 15 months.
Yeah, and I'm like,
So
but you don't even
exciting.
know. You don't even know what I have. Will he have parts? He's like, he carries parts with him. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, sure.
And he'll be your
So-
best friend.
Yeah, and he was awesome. I tipped him because he was like, I was asking him all these questions, and he was walking me through how the whole thing works. And I was like, this is amazing education.
Yeah.
And so I had to buy fancy fluorescent lights. It takes like extra long, weird custom fluorescent lights that we put in, and now the thing just pumps
Our
out soda.
garage glows to Diet Coke. Like, it's so magical, you guys. And there's something. So Al was like, he really is an expert, and he knows how to like. He figured out the process to like make it free, so you can just push the button. But our kids love putting the money in, so I was like, no, you can't make it free because our kids like enjoy getting Diet Coke for mom. Like, no. So we keep you basically it's 5 cents for a Diet Coke. So we just have I got a magnet, cup that has a big magnet on it, and my friend printed off a Diet Coke label sticker, and so we made it look just like the machine, and it magnets to the side, and it's just full of coins. And then it makes just that classic vending machine
The clunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
what
just
you
like
want.
you put the money in and you hear it like activate,
Uh-huh.
and then you push the button, and it's just that amazing clunk from your childhood that makes you excited every time. I love it.
Now, you are a McDonald's Diet Coke person, though, right? Has this changed your consumption?
Well, it's changed it because McDonald's charges like $2.50 for a Diet Coke now, and I think it's outrageous. Soda's insanely expensive. Even buying the cans, we wait until there's a really killer sale, and then we both we have separate grocery store accounts so we can like max out the limits on Diet Coke because it's crazy expensive. But yeah, I'm mad at McDonald's right now because I don't know how they have the audacity to charge that much for a soda. Unbelievable.
Everything there. McDonald's
So anyway,
is way too expensive.
I tried to
insane.
find another Diet Coke branded vending machine, and I could only find 2 random photos on the internet of like, hey, I found this in Tuscaloosa or some random thing on like Pinterest. So I think it's a fairly rare find, and we're going to pass it down generation to generation.
It's gonna
Or
live
it
on
could
forever.
send your kids to college.
Yeah.
So wait, were the people that had it, were they using it? Like at one point, was it being used?
It was like their full-time machine,
Yeah.
but I think in the last 10 or 15 years, they lost the key to it, and they had like pulled the labels off and written like lemonade on it and flipped it around. So I think it had just been in the back of the warehouse because they couldn't have cared less about, like, I don't care what it is. If you'll just come take it, just get it out of here.
Right.
They just wanted
And
it
so-
gone.
Wow,
Look,
that's so cool.
yeah.
Okay, so Jenna versus McDonald's. Is it not just the price of Diet Cokes? Is it the price of other stuff too?
The whole restaurant's outrageous. Like, if you tried to take your whole family to McDonald's, it's like $40. I'm
Yes.
like, I'm sorry. What? This is McDonald's. What are we doing?
Yeah.
It bothers me, and I think they're suffering. I think people are not going to McDonald's as much because it's like, I don't want to spend this much money.
Right. If you're going to spend that much money, may as well get not fast food.
Correct. It's crazy to me.
But are the other fast foods are kind of expensive in that way too, right?
Everybody is right now.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, I mean, take out a mortgage. It's like crazy. It's insane.
Jenna, what's your other just mirror everyone?
Oh, this one came up today because we had toothpicks out, and I don't think toothpicks are an effective way to get food out of your teeth. I
Oh
think
my
they're stupid.
God. Well, Daniel looks like he might have gotten something he has to deal with.
I'm
But-
listening, but I'm trying to.
But he
multitask.
probably has something to say because he's like Captain Toothpick.
Toothpick.
I am.
Did you just say something disparaging about toothpicks?
Yeah,
I said
she's-
they're ineffective at getting food out of your teeth.
For
Do you
picking
have-
your teeth.
Do you have like tight spaces between your teeth?
I must, but I like every time I'm like, this is pointless. I think I now just have toothpick stuck in my teeth.
Well,
along
that
with
can happen.
Whatever
Yeah.
else is in my tooth.
Can you, if you took a toothpick, could you push it all the way through the gap?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no way.
I have
know you
big
can.
gaps between my teeth at the base.
Al's face.
So
All the way through. Oh, I've never been.
sounds
some of them,
painful.
like here, yeah.
Wow. That's
Wow.
impressive.
That's pretty impressive. You have a lot
Well,
of
it's not
space.
great. I have like it's like there's erosion of the.
See, mine are so tight I can't get the floss in.
Yeah, so,
So I have to like
toothpick's useless.
jamming it in. Yeah. It's no good.
Humble
The
brag.
thing with a toothpick is,
He has great teeth.
you know what? I will tell you, Daniel, you used humble brag correctly. So people use it
you go.
incorrectly all the time.
He's got that riz.
Thank you.
The toothpick thing, it's like you can let a toothpick dangle out of your mouth like you're a cool cowboy or something, but you
Right.
can't really be like going to town in public with the toothpick.
No.
So where are they expecting you to be picking your teeth here? Is it like, here's a toothpick to enjoy in the bathroom? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like in Japan. You can't. Here's your water every 5 feet, but don't drink it here.
Right.
I don't want to see you
Yeah.
drinking it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the idea is you grab the toothpick on your way out the door, and then you can pick your teeth in your car
There it is.
It's a weird
or your truck.
thing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, I can't think of toothpicks without thinking of the scene in Uncle Buck at the bowling alley with the creepy guy's trying to flirt with a teenage girl, and he gets it stuck straight up
Yeah. I got a Bronco red.
red. You guys should see that movie. It's
I
hilarious.
haven't seen that movie. I
I've
need
seen
to
it in
see
so
it.
long.
Oh,
It's so
solid.
funny. Great movie.
Al, do you have one?
Just me or everyone. I've hit the limit on murder shows and real life. I used to watch like FBI files and what is it? Forensic files, like all these unsolved murders. I think it's because I had kids. I can't stomach it anymore.
Yeah.
Is anyone else like hitting a certain age where they go like, I can't listen to murder or unsolved mysteries?
I'm the same.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've been there. I don't think I've ever been really able to handle much of it.
Yeah, I'm not that into it.
I feel like, I don't know. I understand the fascination with it, but I just feel like a lot of that stuff is exploitative. And I don't know. I guess I always think about like the people the victims' families and stuff, and having to know that like there's all these people who are like titillated by the story of this horrible tragedy. It just is very distasteful to me. But that's just.
It was always interesting to me to like how they solved it, like the forensic piece of it, like how they finally got justice, and now all it is just like, this hurts my heart so much.
Yeah.
But you know that guy that Dateline,
Keith Morrison?
Keith Morrison.
Yeah.
Did you see why he was in the news lately, Allison?
No.
He was Matthew
Perry.
Matthew Perry. Wait, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Friends?
The Friends guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Perry.
He was Matthew Perry's stepfather.
Oh
I did know
yeah.
this. Yeah.
Weird.
And so he gave an interview about, because that's back in the news
Yeah. So sad.
because of the arrests, and who knew?
That's crazy.
Well, now we all know, but
Now
I
we
don't think
know.
we knew before.
I feel like
They
we
really-
should have known.
Yeah, they
That's
really
something
kept
they
that
were
on the
keeping
down
from
low.
us. Why?
All right, I have a just me or everyone. Right, what were they hiding? Just me or everyone. I keep a to-do list for me, and I also keep one for my spouse.
I don't do that, but I think Alan does for me.
Al, do you have a list of stuff that Jenna needs to do?
I have a list of things that I need to review with Jenna. Right.
He's
so
got a private list for Jenna.
I do keep so I have a list for my work. Just right here, it's like I have the sticky note here. I'm at my work desk, and it says like JKJ to do. And it's usually stuff that I'll do in my spare time to help her, or I'll have a list of things of like, hey, while I have you, can you just take a look at this? Because I know like there's like a very short window where she'll pay attention and she's willing to like do
very
the
true.
pain. And it's like, hey, so anyway, on the budget that I was showing you earlier, yeah.
Now, what if you try to address these things when it's outside of that window? Then what happens?
It's like you just watching. Yeah, it's just like the Calliope music, just and it's like gone, and there's nothing there, or just like the phone just comes up like unlock, and I'm in. So that's okay. Yeah.
So, Jenna, you don't say to him, like, I can't do this right now. He just infers.
She tries.
I try. I do try. Poor Al. I just seem impossible to work with. But
She's
there are times when I can be really focused. And then there are other times when I'm like, this means nothing to me right now. Like that. And that's the problem, is that I can't emotionally be there in this moment for you. So I do try to communicate that in some way, don't I? I hope
You
it's not
absolutely
always.
do. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of like the struggles I'll have is like, it'll seem like I'm like an overbearing chauvinist husband where it's like, I pay the bills and Jenna gets a budget. But generally Jenna's like, just tell me a number and I don't want to know anything more. I don't even want to know what bill you're paying. And so I'll be like I'll be calling a financial institution being like, I know it's in her name. I need to figure out how I can get access so I can make it functional. But it seems like I'm controlling, but it's just because
It's because I don't want to deal. That's the thing. Al just needs to give me the real bullet points. And then what the other real issue is, a lot of times Alan will have like a list of questions that I do have the answers to, but I thought I already gave them to him. So I am bad about that, because I'll have made the decision like for days. Sometimes it's about like where we're going or comedy bookings or jobs that I want to take or don't take. And I'll have made all the decisions, but then I forget that Al is not in my head. So I have to say them out loud.
That is
So
a
that's one
frustrating
thing.
part of being a human being.
Yeah.
All the times that you're like, oh, you actually aren't picking up on it.
Right. I need
'Cause
to actually express
communicate.
this. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you're in the car and it's quiet, and then you just hear, you know what we could do is, and I'm like,
I do
wait a
that
minute,
all the time.
what else were we
I
thinking
do that.
about? And
I do that all the time. I let Daniel in like 4 sentences in because I've had the
Clueless
conversation
what we're
in my
talking
head.
Yes.
Absolutely clueless.
But Jenna,
that a lot.
is part of the reason you can't emotionally be there because you're like thinking about kid stuff?
No, I would say it's a personality flaw. Sometimes it's kid stuff. Absolutely. But mostly it's like it feels unimportant to me in the moment. And so it is like my own issue of like, you need to focus. Everything you decide for your business is important. So let's talk about it. But a lot of times I'm like, but is this like the big picture? Do I like have to make this, or I don't know how to explain
I
it.
think
but-
it's also just your personality type versus my personality type.
yeah.
And a lot of it is like, I'm much more like logical and linear. And so Jenna gets the picture and she's like, yeah, I know what we're doing. And I'm like, yeah, but how are we getting from A to B? You've just said like, we're going to do a show. And I'm like, yeah, but we got to like book a venue and we got to advertise it. And how do you want to do this? And so we strike that balance, I think, more than anything. But that's where sometimes we have to just go like, everybody out of the pool. I'm going to say some stuff that's going to be crazy to you. And you're going to say some stuff that's crazy to me. And we're just going to have to deal with it.
Wait, does everybody out of the pool have a meaning in this context
Yeah,
that
that's
I'm
like,
unfamiliar with?
Everybody out of the pool, like you got to check if anybody's drowning. Yeah, that is like the reset, right? Everybody out of the pool, check your buddies.
Start over.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. Tony, have you?
never-
Great
that.
phrase.
I have not.
Daniel, have you?
Man,
No, I have not.
we use that
Wow.
phrase all the time. I know.
Oh yeah, maybe it's Boy Scouts.
Everybody out of the pool. So
Are
wait,
you a lifeguard?
I wasn't. No.
Oh, heaven help us. No, I'd be
I
like,
have the life saving
what's
merit
happening
badge.
over there?
So
Wow.
part of that is you have to jump in with your clothes on. You got to take your clothes off and blow them up and use them as flotation devices. So maybe that's a thing.
wait, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Al could really save us in a pinch. Okay.
Yeah.
You take your clothes off and then you're naked and then you're blowing up your clothes and
Well,
using
no,
them
you
as
have your
flotation?
swimsuit. You have your swimsuit underneath. But
Okay.
to sign
For
off
the
on a merit
exam,
badge, you
you
jump
do,
in with
yeah.
like a long sleeve shirt and jeans on, and you
Like
have
a Navy
to
SEAL.
you have to tread water, take them off, and then you tie a knot like in your pant legs and you blow into them so that they blow up like, and then you can hold on to them and use them as a flotation.
I'm just saying.
Have you had to do that ever?
Yeah. I mean, well, not in real life. No, not yet. But I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody out of the
But
pool. I'm
look at
inflating
him
my jeans.
brag.
Yeah,
Okay, worth
What's
it.
Daddy doing out there? He's hugging inflated jeans. I don't know. He's just staying. He's just keeping up.
Well, I wanted to see if I could do it, but I didn't actually want to go swimming, so I tried it in the bathtub, and it was not. It didn't. It was not the same.
Not the same.
No.
But in an emergency, when you had to do this, you would be naked or you'd be in your underwear. 'Cause
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought to have a swim suit
Yeah.
under your
I
clothes.
mean, if it's like
Alison
drowning
never
or naked,
Yeah.
right.
you have to make a judgment call. Like, this is like like because we would
Sure.
we would be out on boats like on the Chesapeake Bay because the scout camp was right there. So you go like, yeah, you could fall out of the sailboat and no one's going to get you for 3 hours. So you might have to
Jeez.
You
improvise.
gotta float.
Did anyone ever do that? Did that ever happen?
I think there's been times, yeah. So the Boy Scouts had like a huge ranch called Philmont in New Mexico. It's like 10,000 square acres or something, and kids die because they get you're out there doing some pretty dangerous stuff just out in the middle of nowhere, and no one can get to you. So yeah, I think there's good reason to learn those skills.
Well, you're learning the skills and dying learning the skills. I'm wondering if how many Boy Scouts or Eagle Scouts in the amongst all the ranks of Eagle Scouts, what percentage have had to use those skills outside of the context of Eagle Scouting? It seems like a good skill to have, maybe not the most practical.
I think it depends,
the
right?
flotation device one, probably not. But there's other ones I would say are practical.
I would love to. I wish I knew knot tying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
Mom
Yeah.
bought you a
Uses that
book.
all the time.
Mom
I know.
bought you
I
a
started
book.
to do some knots. I sort of let that go. I need like a Duolingo for knot tying to keep me focused on it. You know what I mean?
Totally. You gotta
me
have
going.
your yeah.
Tony, did you ever do any Boy Scouts or anything like that?
No, never had any interest in it.
Wow.
And
got through
so now I know how to do nothing.
I got through Weebelows, and then I
Is that like brownies?
stopped.
Close. That's like the early one.
Yeah,
right?
That's between
like
Cub
before.
Scouts and Boy
Yeah.
Scouts. That's like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
middle school.
Yeah.
I did like the
pretty good.
Pinewood Derbies and stuff.
Oh,
Those are
yeah.
fun. Those
Yeah.
are
That
way
was
fun.
good times.
I don't know. You know, I think the skills, like nowadays, we don't need as much of that, maybe. But I
Yet.
think there was a lot of confidence, right? Of like, oh, I can solve this problem, or it's okay to be alone.
There's a lot of
think through
service stuff too. I mean, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
like, which
Yeah.
is good, you know,
But
like
I-
community,
yeah.
taking care of
I-
your community.
I would argue that some of the skills I wish I knew now, and also like I look at people, myself included, and younger people who don't have a lot of those kind of skills and can get hurt very quickly. Like, or people who like when we lived in LA, there were people like hiking up in the hills near us getting lost and not having enough water, and you go like,
Oh yeah,
you didn't take water with you, like you
dealing with a
didn't have-
snake bite.
right? Like
You get a snake bite on Runyon Canyon.
right. So there are some things where I'm like, maybe some of those skills we should keep teaching our kids and people, only because like a small people don't understand that like the elements can still kill you even
Yeah.
in this modern age.
I feel like though, if you know the Boy Scouts wants to keep up with the times, that there should be like, you know, a more modern version of life skills would be like
Editing.
talking to a human
Lighting.
being.
Yes.
You know,
Making phone calls.
just
Yes.
basic like be outdoors. It's not survival outdoors. It's just
Just
be,
go
Be
outside.
out.
be in the outdoors.
True.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
Yeah, that's what we try to do with our kids. It's like you're going to do the whole transaction at the store. Here's
Yeah.
the money.
Right.
Answer the questions, or you know whatever it is. We try to get them to do that kind of stuff. Or we'll probably
We've
make
done all
them
kinds
call
of
people
things.
on the phone.
Calling people a month or two ago, we decided we were just gonna knock on our friend's door. There's like friends from church who live a few miles away. On a random Sunday afternoon, we just said, girls, did you know you could just stop at someone's house just to visit them? And they were
That's
like,
crazy.
They said,
that seems rude.
Isn't that rude? I said, no, it's not rude.
So we knocked on the door, and we knew we were going to like very nice people, obviously. But we walked in and we just said, we just wanted to see how you were doing. And we had like visited with them in their front living room, and the kids loved it. They like, that was so fun. And our friends loved it. Anyway, it was really
nice. We
It
have
was
neighbors
so cute.
who sit on their porch at a certain time of day, and they'll have like, you know, they'll make margaritas. They'll sit
Mm-hmm.
there, and they'll just chat it up. They like if you want to know what's going on in the neighborhood, they know everybody and they know what's going on, and I fucking love that.
Right?
Yeah.
I love it. I love the idea of
too.
just being able to just walk out your front door, and then there's people in the neighborhood that you can interact with.
Yes. Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny that buying something at a store, which we just take for granted. When we were in Japan, our mother-in-law was with us, and I guess she and Elliot were at probably the Lego store or something, and she wanted Elliot to buy the thing, and he was saying to me like, but she doesn't know that I don't know how to do that. And it made me remember
was-
like, oh yeah, that is it's a kind of a thing you have to learn.
Skill.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although with
crazy.
Elliot, like, I'm not sure I want to teach him how to buy things because
Oh my God, he is
shit
the-
all the time.
He's like Alex Keaton. He's obsessed with money.
Yeah,
He told me he doesn't want to have kids because kids, they'll like take away his money. He'll have to buy something for them.
we did not teach him that. He's just learning that based on his own behavior.
Yeah.
I cost
amazing.
a lot.
He'll just periodically, he'll be like, how much money do you have?
Yeah, how much money do you make?
And then I'll say to Daniel, like, let's not start answering these questions.
Because he'll like repeat that shit.
Yeah.
They will. They'll tell other people. You can't tell them.
I'll be like,
No,
but
you
do you
just
have
have to-
$1,000? And then we'll say yes. Do you have only
admit to
$1,000?
I'll
No.
admit to 1,000.
Any more Just Me or Everyone's, or should we move on to Podcast Pals product picks?
I got nothing.
Ooh. All right.
All right, let's do Podcast Pals product picks.
Podcast Pals product picks.
I will start. I'll start, and I can't believe I forgot to mention this one because it is a product that was sold to me on TikTok, not literally. Everyone was talking about this specific concealer brush.
Oh, no, that was
Angie-
mine.
I think it's a collaboration between BK Beauty and this YouTuber, Angie Hot and Flashy, who makes videos for women in their hot flash years. But anyway, and I've mentioned her before. So it's this concealer brush, and everyone was talking about how amazing it is. And periodically on TikTok, everyone will be talking about how amazing a certain product is. And it seems very coordinated. And I think, like, there's no way this thing is that good. But then I was curious about it. So I purchased it on Amazon because it was a couple dollars more, but free shipping, versus TikTok where it's a couple dollars less, but like $5 for shipping.
Yep.
So I bought it, and I have to say it is really good. I do really like it. I was blending out my concealer with a sponge before, and now I've switched to this brush. So this brush will be in my Amazon store.
Love it.
What's yours?
I've got, we're talking Amazon. Amazon is my best friend. They
got everything.
Okay. They got everything. I have several products. One I would like to tell you all about. If you don't have a vegetable chopper,
we
y'all
don't.
need to get your acts together and get yourself a vegetable chopper, and I'll send you the best pico de
Link?
gallo recipe, and you're going to make it every couple of days with this vegetable chopper because it's so quick and so easy. And I'm obsessed with it, and my kids are obsessed with it. So now they're eating vegetables all the time. I'm telling you, you got to chop the vegetables.
What is this, like a food processor?
No,
What are-
it's literally just like a box, and it has the blade at the top, and it's in squares, and you just
Oh, I've
slam
seen
it
this.
down.
You can make a
Oh.
salad with this.
I will send you, Allison, this chopper link, and if you listeners want the recipe for the pico, I'll send
Yeah.
that too.
We want it all.
Y'all.
Okay. Thank you.
Life changing. We make pico de gallo how many times? At least once a week.
Once
Sometimes
a week.
more.
If it's the kind I'm envisioning, is it difficult to pull the lever down and chop?
No,
Okay.
Sam does it. I just hand her the ingredients.
So it might be
and
hard
she-
for Allison, though.
I was struggling earlier to open those, those little cheapo paints that come with like painting kits for kids, and they're like little
those are
tubs.
awful.
Those are
I was
legit
struggling
hard
to open those.
They're
for Owen today.
horrible. They're horrible.
And
Yeah.
one false move, and you're splattering
Yes.
paint everywhere.
Yes, they're terrible. Terrible.
Al, what's yours?
So I'm really glad you do this segment because there's things that you can't talk about in normal conversations, but you want to tell someone. We use a carpet cleaner called Nylac, Nylac.
Yep.
We
Yep,
found
yep.
this in the suburbs of Chicago because there's a store called Menards, which is like a
I know Menards.
kind of, you know Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Yeah,
That's their jingle.
Yeah.
exactly. So Nylac carpet cleaner, we swear by it. Our whole family talks about like, oh yeah, just got to put some Nylac on it because it will take up any stain that you have. So we buy it by like the gallon. It's expensive, but it is 100% worth
It's
it. And I
fabulous.
can't tell anybody about it because it's weird to talk about carpet cleaners.
Yeah.
It is weird.
Is it a spray? Is it a foam? What are we talking about?
It's a spray, so you can put it in any spray bottle. And so you can do a wide spray or a targeted spray. So we always just transfer it to a cheap spray bottle and just have them
Yeah.
all around the house as needed. It's
Buy
amazing.
like a big jug of it.
Yeah.
And
so
you prefer this to Folex, which I remember Jenna cleaning a chair with Folex many years ago.
oh yeah, no, I think
yeah.
this was for like we had a
is-
dog, and so it like cleans up like pet stuff,
Yeah,
everything.
Nyack is where it's at.
Wait, when did you have a dog? What dog?
Not
Well, when
our
I was
dog.
growing up. When I had a dog.
kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
His family's
so
been
this-
using
Al ate
Nyack
it.
forever.
delicious.
Nyack has been used for
tail.
generations.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Anyway.
didn't realize this was a Moss family find.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got to
deal.
get this.
It's a big deal.
Wow. It looks like there might be someone coming into this.
No.
Oh, you're looking around. Wonderful. This is wonderful. Any other Podcast Pals product picks? Tony, no pants?
Here's-
no pants?
No, I haven't bought anything exciting lately.
Okay.
I got pants. I could tell you about my pants.
I would like to know about your pants.
When we were in Japan, I packed my America jeans and I was wearing them and it was hot as F.
They were red, white, and blue.
Yes, that's true. They had American flag on the butt. They were so hot and I was miserable and Allison was like, "You're going to get some new pants, some new clothes right now." And
I said it in a nicer way than that. I said, why don't we buy you some more comfortable clothes? Because he didn't bring shorts because he read that no one in Japan wears shorts, even though some
by the
people
way,
do.
anyone going to Japan, check with me before you'll hear these explainers. And there's a lot of BS on that.
Yeah.
People wear shorts. Guys wear baseball caps. Like this is not it's not like it's not that foreign. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, I was like, okay, and we were in what was it?
Harajuku.
And there was a what's it?
Uniqlo. Yeah.
There,
Yep,
which
yep,
I guess it was like whatever original store or something. And I bought a pair of pants there. Now the men's pants, it seems, are the fashion is like the elastic waist, and the cut is just very different, very baggy, like loose cut. Holy shit! I wore it. I put those on. I felt so much cooler and comfortable. I'm like, I am a guy now who wears elastic waistbands and
Love it.
loose fitting baggy pants. I'm that guy now.
The wrong jeans can ruin a day.
I mean, what's with these tight fitting? I mean, they weren't tight, skinny jeans or anything. They were like straight cut jeans, but still,
But when you're
fuck
sweating.
that fucking bullshit. Now, I don't know if Uniqlo's fashions are the same here. I know that I went into Banana Republic. They're very different from what you'd find here. The style is very different. So maybe it's different in
I
Japan.
think it's pretty much the same. There's
But,
one in the Glendale Galleria.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those are very, and they were cheap. Maybe it was because it was Japan though, but it was like not expensive.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonably priced generally, I think. Yeah.
No, I don't know if I look good, but I don't care about that anymore. I'm
But you
51 years
feel
old. I don't give a
good.
fuck. I'm like
And I
half a
bought-
step away from wearing golf pants. I don't care.
I bought a silver purse. Whenever I travel internationally, which is very infrequently, for some reason I see people carrying metallic items, like a metallic silver purse, and I think, I want that. That's so cool. And I cannot pull it off, but it was weird. I got infected with the I need a silver metallic something bug again in Japan, so I bought a silver purse, and I've yet to use it, but one of these days
You're going to use it someday.
I'm going to. Maybe I'll wear it to back to school night. my
you go.
my big outing. This has been nothing short of delightful. Thank you so much for being able to join us. Jenna, where might we find you?
Oh my goodness. Head on over to the socials, Instagram, Facebook, Jenna Kim Jones. You guys know my name. Come on now. And also my website has all our shows listed. We're actually going to have a few more coming. So make sure you head to jennakimjones.com and put your email in so that we can send you the updated shows list. Also, you can just bookmark that website, check it, because I've got lots of stuff coming up. It's going to be a busy year and I'm excited. So thank you.
And Al.
I am at the hashtag Al, and I'm gonna sign into those accounts and see if they're still there.
And Daniel.
At Daniel Quantz, wherever.
Great. Tony.
I said it last week. The first new Motion City soundtrack song in almost a decade is out now, called "Stop Talking." It's also in a movie called Dee Dee that is now playing nationwide.
Nice.
And so yeah, there's that. And then if you're in LA, I'll be playing at the Permanent Records Roadhouse with "Don't Stop or We'll Die" on September 18th.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And follow me everywhere at Alison Rosen on Twitter. I'm at the Alison Rosen. Subscribe to my YouTube. Everything you can get to everything by going to Alison'sLinks.com. Thanks, everyone. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Alison Rosen Show?